Hello, boys. We're back at it again. Let's get straight into this part. As Raijin would throw his hammer into the air, try to open a portal fast enough to stop my hammer from getting back to me. As Raijin would charge at Izuku, slamming his hammer in his side. Pathetic child. And Izuku would charge at Raijin with his katana in hand. He would go to cut Raijin. Raijin would dodge out of the way of the attack, easily evading it before blocking with his hammer. As Izuku would open a portal and grab Raijin by his leg, as Raijin would stomp through the portal, kicking Izuku with his fucking stomach. Your portals are useless. I don't know how to use them right. Raijin would say Izuku. I'm starting to doubt that he's going to his mother and child. As he would crack his back, going in to punch Izuku, as him and Izuku would clash fists for a couple of minutes. As he would skip. If you fucking didn't record any of it, you son of a bitch, I'm telling you. Basically, Raijin and Izuku were fighting. And, yeah, we skipped 2 weeks. Izuku finally learned how to fuse his katana with wax. And now they're talking about naming your weapons. My hammer's name is named Raijin. As in Japanese, it translates to God. I think I'll name my sword Shen. Okay? As all of a sudden, the katana would begin to glow, as marks would begin to, as a name would begin to explain itself on the side of the katana. Shen. It would be in Japanese, of course. Okay. As Izuku would walk back into the school, going into his class. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why Izuku was out of school for 2 weeks, it was because they were on break. So Izuku would go to school, like do basic learning. Izuku, I guess you got taught us hero guy. Yeah, Izuku would say to Aizawa, alright then, sit down. Okay? We'll be evaluating your strength. No, it will be. Today we'll be studying what you would do if somebody was in the middle of if you were in a hero fight, if you were fighting a villain. Oh, that's easy, Bakugo would shout. I would just blow their legs off. Bakugo, heroes don't kill. First one up is Momo Yaozu. Please step up to the class and explain how you would handle the situation if you were in the middle of a combat situation with a villain. Well, to start off, I would have all the teachers evacuated by the police department. Okay. Then I would use my quirk to restrain the villain. Then I would make metal pipes to lock them in place until the police were to arrive. Of course, I would create a taser to shock them so they would not be able to run away before the police would show up. Alright then, sit down. Next, Kirishima. I put them in a full Nelson and knock them out. What about civilians? I have all the civilians evacuated. Obviously. I feel like at this guy. Of course. Asusuyu. I use my tongue to hold them down. Sit down. See. Next, Izuku Midoriya. I would throw them in my portals and I let them fall through the portals until the police were to arrive. And how about civilians? I would open a portal for each civilian to go through and have them run through them, going into a safe location. Smart. Mina Ashido, I would melt a deep hole that they couldn't escape out of. Civilians, I'd melt a pathway for them to get out of the city. Alright then. Mikey Kaminari. Well, first, I'd electrocute them so they wouldn't be able to move. Then, I'd suck all the energy out of every light bulb in the entire city and blast them. Okay, that would most likely kill them, but go on. Let's see, who's else on the list? Let's see. Sato. Well, first, I'd use my strength to suck all the civilians and rush them out. Then, I would do a shiver technique to put the villain in a suplex focus deficit. Okay. Let's see. Who else? Hero. I use my ear to knock him out. I'd have civilians run away. Okay, that's... I'm just gonna skip. Well, kids, that's the end of first period. You may now leave. Hell yeah! Time for lunch! Kirishima would yell. Yeah. I'm starving! Momo would yell out. As you see Raiden standing atop a building looking down on Izuku, as Izuku would look up before saying, "Oh, I gotta go somewhere, guys. Be back quick, Izuku." As Izuku would open a portal right next to Raiden. "Yeah, Raiden, what do you want?" "I'm just checking up on you. You are my princess. You're basically my princess. It's my job to protect you." "I don't need protection, Raiden." "Believe me, yes, you do." Now hurry up to get back to lunch. Alright, Izuku would open up a portal back to the lunchroom. As we skip to the end of the day, Izuku would stretch. So good. Yeah, that's cool. Right. I'll see you guys. I'm gonna head home. Izuku would yell to Momo, Kirishima, who would jump in the other direction, flying. Okay, basically said what happened was Baba and Zuko would be flying home, and all of a sudden he would feel Raku coming charging towards him. He would dodge out of the way. So the Black Knight returned. Zuko would say, pulling on his katana, "I see you've improved since the last time we've encountered each other, Izuku Midoriya." "How do you know my name?" he'd say. He would yell to the female, "I have my way, and I have connection. Connection, my shining dragon at last." And all of a sudden a hammer would come smashing into the head of the knight, sending her flying to the ground. "Raiden, go, Izuku. I will handle her." "No, I owe this lady a reward." "Of course. I will be observing from the trees." "Nigga, what trees? We're in a city." "I meant to see through." As Izuku would charge at the knight, slashing down with his katana, as he would instantly start to infuse it with Wakfu. "Oh, so you've learned to infuse your weapon with Wakfu, boy." "Good. Now you might actually be a challenge," she'd say before charging up at Izuku, as she would begin to clash with Izuku, as Izuku would be much more swifter than she is with her stupid, pathetic sword. As Izuku would go to slash, cutting through her arm, as all of a sudden, as she would get smacked away by her fist. As Izuku would teleport, grabbing her by her face, throwing her to the ground. As he would raise his katana in the air, going to cut her head off, as she would dodge out of the way, stabbing him in his side. He would cough up blood, as she would kick him in his stomach. But all of a sudden, one wing would sprout out of Izuku's back, ripping through his skin. His eyes would begin to change and become black. A tail would shoot out from his back. His hands would begin to grow and become claws alongside his foot. Izuku would roar, charging at the woman, punching her in her stomach, cracking her armor, or beating down on her more, grabbing her with his tail, throwing her into several buildings. As he would fly into the air, he'd open his mouth, blasting her with raw whack food. Crack, crack. As he would run up to her, biting down on her shoulder. She screams, stabbing Izuku in his chest, missing his lung and his heart. But all of a sudden, her sword would begin to crack. As Izuku would punch her in the face, pulling the sword out, throwing it into the fucking ground. As he would grab her by the leg using his tail. As one of his dragon horns would begin to sprout from his head, as he would punch down, begin to beat down on the woman. As Raijin would teleport next to him, grabbing his arms. That's enough, Izuku. She is beaten. Izuku would roar as Raijin would punching him in the face. As it would barely make Raijin move, as Raijin would look down, lightning sparking in his eye. You want it the hard way. As Raijin would hit Izuku in the chest with his hammer, as all the air would leave Izuku's body, as he would revert back to his human form. Ow, he'd whisper, as Raijin would pick up Izuku before flying away to the direction of his house. As the Black Knight would take off her mask, and she would be beaten and bloody. As a white-haired female would be sitting there, breathing heavily. So that's the power of the Jade Dragon Queen's child. You've chose the perfect lover. She'd whisper to herself, chuckling, as her weapon would be destroyed, cracked, as she would grab it by the hilt as it would change into a kusomage. There's a sword as she would lay down, passing out. But we're going to have to continue who she is